You're now tuned into the Hustlers Lounge podcast, hosted by King Mar.
Lord knows I'm going through some crazy things. Going through some crazy things, yeah. Still going through some crazy things. The world got me going through some crazy things, yeah. Crazy things.
What you know about being poor? Gotta heat the water on the gas stove. Need detergent my bath water. Time got hard, we ain't have soap. Got a brick chain for my mama. She slaved for me. Thank the Lord for my granny. She prayed for me. Welfare for that fashion. Nowadays they praise money. First of the month and that rent due. Yeah, but them J's.
So, where you from, man?
I'm originally from Hinesville, GA. Well, actually, man, to be 1,000, I grew up in a little small town till I was about 13 years old called Collins, Georgia, man, which is like Tottenham County, man. One caution-like type situation. My grandma passed away, so I ended up moving to Hinesville with my mom, Duke. So ever since then, man, I've been in Hinesville, man. So it's kind of like man, Collins raised me, but Hinesville made me.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah. Hey, man, I check you out, man. Like, the single, man, is hot, man. It's like, it's real, you know what I'm saying? That's why I had to have a conversation with you, because you don't really hear too much of that nowadays. You know, like the direction you took on it. And
Yeah,
like how'd you come up with that, man?
Man, shoot, man. Honestly, well, shout out to my dog Skrill White, man. A lot of people don't know, you know. First off, is me and Skrill, like we kind of came up rapping together, like from jits. So, you know, I've been knowing bro since we was, you know what I'm saying, youngsters. So, you know, we used to always just kick it and chop it up, man, just outside of the whole music tip. So when I was in the studio, we were just really just kicking it. We wouldn't even know no music. We're just kicking it, man. And you know, he was playing some beats. So he ran across this beat. And I was just like, man, run it back. So he ran it back. And I was like, no, Lord knows I'm going through some crazy things. That's really how it came off. And I was like, man, bro, let's record. It was probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah.
And we ended up just recording the track, man. It just happened like that, man. It, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's how some of the best music come from them on the spot moments like that, man. So, you know, that's how the beat came about. You know, he just was playing it, you know, something he had made. And we just running through, man, and I just recorded on the spot, bro. That's how it really went down.
Yeah, man. I like it, man, because like the whole direction, man, is different, man. It's like like what state of mind? I could tell what kind of state of mind you was in when you made it. It's like you were fed up. Like, talk about that, man. Like
yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, in my life, man, you know, just like anybody else, man, I faced a lot of adversities. You know what I'm saying? And throughout those adversities, man, there's a whole lot of lessons learned. And I understand that, you know, with what's going on in society now, from, you know, the cops killing black folks. It ain't just the cops killing black folks. We killing each other. You know, man, the school shootings to the people losing their partners, you know what I'm saying? Prison rate high, man. Just anything, man. Anything. All those situations, crazy things, man, from me growing up the way I grew up, man, with, you know, some days not having lights, and, you know, some days gotta, you know what I'm saying, wash with dish detergent, whatever it is, man. We all went through some crazy things, man. So I did that track in a way that everybody can relate to it, because everybody either went through some crazy things, going through some crazy things, or you will go through some crazy things as long as you live. So, you know, I kind of wanted to do a song that's relatable, man, because like you said, everybody's spitting, everybody rapping, but it's a difference between rapping and really making music, man. So that's really what that song really was inspired from, man. You know, from me doing time and all that kind of different stuff like that. And then on top of that, man, if people really pay attention to the lyrics, man, I always take it back to the main man, man. I always put Jesus back in the equation. I always put God back in the equation, man, because, you know, that's what kind of music I make. I make God-generated music. But it's for the streets. It's for the hood. It's for the unchurched. It's for the people that's outside of, you know what I'm saying, outside of what people would normally be used to, you know what I'm saying? People who still out there in the streets, people who still, you know, on the corner doing what they do. But that's what my music for, man.
That's different because, like, you hear, like, that type of music, but it's kind of like it's cut off. It's like either that, but you find a way to, like, bridge the gap, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's real different, man. I respect that. Like,
yeah, man. You know, when you're dealing with the music, man, for me, what makes me different from other artists, man, is, you know, and no disrespect to the rappers, man, because at one point I was like this too, but for a lot of artists and a lot of rappers, man, if you'll notice, man, a lot of them can't make good music without being high or drunk or on some type of drug or whatever. A lot of artists can't just make good music. You know, with me, man, one thing I understand, man, especially since I've crossed over the way I have, man, is that, you know, I got a gift. And I tell anybody, man, if you got a gift, you know, some people ask me, how you come up with this, or how you do this, how you do that? I'm like, man, if you got a gift, it's easy for you to work your gift because you've been created to work that gift. It's not hard for you to do something that you've been created to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard for a phone to make a phone call because that's what it's been created to do. It's the same way with me and music, man. And, you know, when I come up with this music, what makes me different from a lot of other artists is I'm empowered by the Holy Ghost, bro. Yeah. So I ain't got no choice but to make a dope track. You know, and a lot of people don't really understand, like, okay, you know, he talking about this, he talking about that, whatever. I like how he doing his music. But people don't really realize how real, you know what I'm saying, how real, how unconventional, how the Holy Spirit can allow you to cross over and still be yourself, man. So yeah. I owe all that credit to him because he the one that showed me how, because I was fighting with how do I make music and reach this lane of people without preaching to them.
Yeah, that's what I seen, and that's why I had to have this conversation, man, because like that's different and it's hard because don't get me wrong, I seen a lot of people try to do what you're doing now, and it just, you know, like either people be like, man, I ain't listen to that, you know, church rap, or I'm just keeping it real. That's what they say, but it's like it's different, man. Like you can vibe to it. It's like you listen to the whole song and you understand where you coming from, and it's lit at the same time. You know, it's I can't really I don't know what to say about it, man. That's why I had to talk to you, because I like different stuff. I like people being themselves, you know.
Yeah, like man, if you know, a lot of times, man, people make Christianity, people make the Bible, they make it real deep. And when you really have to understand that, you know, man, God is universal, man, and God got the same message, but he adapts with time. And he ain't going to deal with folks in the 21st century the way that he dealt with folks in the first century. But if you ever notice, anytime that Jesus pulled up on somebody and he was giving them some knowledge or giving them a sermon, if you ever notice, he always related it to their culture. If he was dealing with farmers, he always talked about planting seeds. If he was dealing with fishermen, he always talked about fishing. Whatever he was dealing with, you know, if it was money changers, he dealt with coin. He dealt with it in a way that they can relate to it. Yeah. So, you know, if he did it, we got to understand and we got to learn how to do it. So you got to be able to make a message in a way that people can relate to it, because people don't want to hear, oh, man, you need to, you know what I'm saying, you need to go to church, you need to get saved, you going to go to hell. All that. Man, people don't need to hear that because they've been hearing it all their life. Yeah. They need to hear how did I get to him and break it down into a way that I can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Give it to me. If I'm a dope boy, help me to understand how Jesus is the middleman and how the Father is the go-to and he the plug. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm in debt to the plug, but the middleman can get me right and get me every package I need. You feel me? Yeah. So that's what they need to hear. And if you can't give it to them like that, then you miss them every time, bro.
Yeah, man. You just get some knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? I respect that, man. I respect that. You know. Yeah, you know, I believe in God too. You know. Yeah, I was raised in the church and everything like that. So, you know, I respect that, and you know, it's good to hear something like that. You know, because like, I grew up in the times where, you know, you had to go to church, and you know what I'm saying, like, and then when you get older, you really find it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, people, you know, your parents or whatever, you have to go to church every Sunday, but you don't never realize it because you're young. But then when you go through stuff, when you get older as a man or a woman, you start going through changes and you really see for yourself. So, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
I really understand what you're saying, like, gotta with the music adapting to the times and everything. Like, I never really noticed that, but that's a good point, man. That's
right, man. Because you know, when your parents, you know, your grandma, you know, bring you up in the church, you know, it's only so much that your parents and your grandparents can do for you until you get a certain age. They say, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they get old, they won't depart from it. Well, you know, when you get a certain age, it's on you to make that choice, because, you know, what happens is a lot of times, man, when you're coming up in church, you get religion, but you don't get the relationship. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you get older, you have to get a relationship for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because religion ain't gonna cut it no more. You going to church every Sunday ain't gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? Get closer to God and see what He's saying about a certain situation, or what I need to do in this relationship, or man, what I need to do to get this light bill paid, or whatever. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you gotta have a relationship with Him on your own. You can't ride off of mama and daddy telling you to go to church, or you can't ride off of their faith no more. You got to ride off your own, and that's just how it goes. So as a rapper, man, I like how God is using me, because I'm able to show the street folks, you know what I'm saying, the street people, you know what I'm saying, the unchurched folks, like, man, listen, you can still be cool. You can still, you know what I'm saying, you can still rock out and do your thing in the hood, and let God use you in that type of way, because God is gonna never take you back to a place that you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
So whatever your struggle is, whatever your situation is, whatever your circumstances, wherever you came up from, He's going to take you back there to show the people who ain't been converted yet that it's possible to be converted. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, man. That's real. Hey, man, I'm down with the movement, man. You know I'm always down with that. Like,
oh, yeah. For sure, man.
And I like how you put your own style to it and made it relatable to people, because, you know, like, when I check you out, it's a lot of people I know sharing your single that I know, like, you know what I'm saying, not in the same lane as you feel me? And that what caught my attention. Like, man, like, he kind of crossed over, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got, you know, I know like other people are listening to your music and everything, but you got like the streets too, and that's real, man. Like, that's something I ain't never seen like that before, you know?
Right, because it's certain stuff, bro. Like, I can't relate I'm telling you like this. I can't relate to a crackhead because I ain't never smoked crack.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I can't relate to a pimp because I ain't never pimped.
Yeah.
I can relate to the dope boy though, because I done sold dope. I can relate to the person that's in the chain gun because I done been there. You know, I can relate to those people. But all those different people that I can't relate to are in the same premise as the people I can. You got the pimp in the hood. You got the prostitute in the hood. You got the crackhead in the hood. And because all those people are so familiar with the same environment, because I just played a part of what I can relate to, those other people can relate to me because they came out of the same environment, even if we didn't have the same habits. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's deep, man. I get it though, man. You know what I'm saying? I see the vision.
Yeah.
Man, like, what made you change your life though, man? If you don't mind me asking.
What really made me change my life, man? Like I said, man, like you say, I was raised up in the church. You know what I'm saying? Grandma had me in church. Mama had me in church. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I strayed. And a lot of rappers ain't going to say what I'm about to say next, but I was in the streets selling dope, and I didn't really have to. I came from a good family. You know what I'm saying? I came from a family that made sure I didn't want for nothing. I came from a family who made sure I was well taken care of. But because but because I didn't want to embrace that. I thought that being hood was cool. Yeah, I was raised in the hood, you know, but my grandma made sure that we had, you know what I'm saying? If the lights weren't on, you know, she ran the candle. She made sure we ate. She made sure we had a roof over our head. You feel me? I don't care if the lights weren't working. But what I'm saying is I was always well taken care of. But there comes a point in time, man, where a lot of people, they want to be what they see when they don't really have to be that. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people who want to be hood when they ain't really was raised like that. They might have was raised in the hood, but that's not their mentality. They got a good upbringing, but, you know, they're trying to convey this person that they're not to everybody else. And in a sense, that's what I was trying to do, man. But I always had a call on my life. Yeah. So I got in the streets. I was doing this and I was doing that. I ended up getting locked up, you know what I'm saying, for a drug charge. And I was facing 10 years, man, but I ended up only having to do 11 months, which was a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy because, you know, not long before I actually got locked up, I was walking through the parking lot, no cars around, no people around, man. I heard a voice, man, audibly tell me, let it go. And I already knew it was God. I already knew he was saying let the dope gang go, but I didn't listen to him. And it cost me my freedom. And when I got locked up, man, I basically told God I surrendered. I was like, man, you know, I know I got a call, and I've been disobeying everything that you had to tell me all this long time, and it ain't got me nowhere. So that's really how I changed my life, man. You know, you had a lot of people that was in there like, you just change gang religion. When you get out, you're going to go right back to doing what you did before. But it comes with, you have to make up your own mind that regardless of what people say about you, man, you're going to do something different than the stereotype.
Yeah, man, that's real, man. But it's like you heard that voice and you took heed to it. A lot of people don't do it, man. And I know a lot of people hear the same voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, they do.
Yeah, it's like you really took advantage of the you know what I'm saying, the helping hand.
Yeah. Man, you know what's crazy though, bro? Like, a lot of folks want to change out here, man. A lot of folks really want to change their life, but it's crazy. They so worried about what other people gonna think that they'll jeopardize their eternity on it.
Yeah, I ain't never really thought about it like that, but that's really a blunt way of saying it, you know?
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. You'll be surprised how some of these rappers and some of these different, not even rappers, some of these folks that you see in the hood, some of these different killers and all, folks like that, I know that if you get them behind closed doors and just you and them, you'll be surprised how much God come out of them, bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel you, man. Like, I don't know why you think it's like that, though, man.
Man, I say it's one word, man. Pride.
Yeah.
Pride, man. People too prideful to become vulnerable. You know, and we want, man, you know, the thing about it is, we want to control our own situations. We want to control our own life, but we never want to relinquish control to an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-wise God. And a lot of times, man, it's our pride, and it's our pride in worrying about how other people are gonna view me. I got to show myself in this type of light, because if I surrender my life to God, then other people gonna see me as a weakling, and I'm gonna become vulnerable to them.
Yeah.
But you're not really becoming vulnerable to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're doing what's necessary for you. But that's how a lot of people see it, man. You know, I ain't weak. I ain't weak because I wanna do something different. I'm not weak because I won't change. I'm not weak because, you know, this is a choice that I make. And if you real, if you my partner, if you my homeboy, if you my family, if I embrace this change, if you really love me, you should embrace me for embracing the change.
Yeah, that's something else I want to ask you. Like, how did, like, I know you had some homies and stuff. Like, how did they feel when you decided to change your life, or you just, you know what I'm saying, had to cut them off or whatever?
Man, the cutoff is real. the cutoff is real. Let me tell you, man. You know you about to go to another level, man. When people start exiting themselves out of your life, and I tell people that all the time, man. You ain't got to X folks out your life, man. Folks that X themselves out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you start changing mentally and you start making choices mentally that go against what their belief system is, they gonna lead themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you know that's real. You will never see, bro. You will never see a billionaire hanging with a thousandaire.
Yeah.
You want to see a billionaire hanging with another billionaire. If they are hanging with a thousandaire, I guarantee they're giving them the game.
Yeah, that's it. He about to come a billionaire.
Right. So you know, so that's just how it go, man. Yeah, I had people lead my life, man. You know, after the change, man. But you know what? It was a blessing because it was a filtering process. You never want people on your side who ain't for you.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? And jail was a filtering process. Me getting out, changing my life, that was a filtering process. You know, and that's how it worked, man. And a lot of times, man, we're afraid to lose. That's another thing about change too, bro. It's crazy that you would say that, but it's another thing about change is we're afraid to lose the people we've been holding on to so long.
Yeah, that's why I asked you that, because I seen a lot of people go through that when they, you know, change their life for the better. You know, it's like conflicting with the people they used to run with and spend so much time doing bad things, and you know what I'm saying. It'd be hard for them when they come back around. You know what I'm saying. That's in anything. The most common thing I seen it with is like with drug use. You know what I'm saying. People might have got rehabilitated, or you know what I'm saying, and then they out for like a couple of weeks. They back. They doing good, and then a couple of friends come around again. You know what I'm saying. And
yeah,
they shrug them off a couple of times, but the third time, you know, is you know. Yeah, I've seen it before, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's why I had to ask you that, because I know, like, you know what I'm saying, how I seen it, man, and I know how, like, it could be like, man, what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, what's the process or whatever like that, but it seemed like you had your head on straight throughout the whole time, man. I respect that, man.
Yeah, man, and it ain't. Bro, it ain't, you know, and the thing is, bro, it ain't really easy losing folk that you done smoked the loud with every night. You know what I'm saying? The folk that you done made all this money on the corner with. It ain't easy to lose. You know what I'm saying? Them females you can hit up. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they coming through with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, it ain't easy to lose that. You feel me? But it's necessary and it's beneficial though.
Yeah.
You know, and for a person to tell you that letting somebody go is an easy thing, they lying and they crazy, bro. Because it ain't easy, man. Yeah. It's not easy to let. You ain't never seen a person that smoke cigarettes say, all right, man, I'm putting these cigarettes down and it's over with, and they don't never touch them for the rest of their life. A lot of times, man, they go right back to what they was doing. Because you know why? It ain't easy to break a habit that you've always had for so long.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Man.
So what you working on, man? Like you working on a tape or something? Or?
Ooh, listen here. Man, I'm going to tell you, it's a problem. Man, I got this new tape coming out, man, the Glory Project. I'm dropping that thing this summer. Listen, man, I'm working on the tape, but the tape's finished. But I'm still working on the tape. You feel me? Like,
I understand.
Like, man, because it's like every time I want to stop, it's like it keep popping out for me. But I'm about to draw a line for myself because, you know, man, when God gives you that creative genius, man, you gonna every time a beat turn on, your creative genius is gonna turn on. So, but I got the Crazy Thing single. Then, man, I got one following up with that, man, called A-OK. Then I got Choir Sing, man. Hey, man, I'm talking about, and this music here, I ain't even trying to even boast or brag, but, man, even, like, the people who in the studio who don't even necessarily, like you said, who ain't necessarily God-centered.
Yeah.
They, like, I had a cat tell me, man, I was in the studio, he said, this street dude, he was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. He like, this music right here, man. He's like, I mess around and be bumping this music in my whip, and I mess around and end up at the church and don't even know how I got there.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh, boy, that's crazy. Like, I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even know my music. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, man, your music is different, man. And man, I tell you this, bro, and I tell anybody this, man. People see, you know, the music, and people see the video and they see this and they see like, man, why they doing this and do? Boy, let me tell you something though. It's a cost for the oil on your life. It's real warfare that people don't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like these rappers, man, out here, you know what I'm saying, doing they do or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, man, the devil ain't really messing with them like that because they saying what he wanted to say. But I'm going to tell you this right here, but it's real warfare out here. Mentally, it's real warfare that you have to fight every day, man. And that's what people don't understand, man. You got to stay grounded and rooted in this, man, because it's a real battle behind the scenes that people can't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to continue to pray for the folks who are out here spreading these messages. You know what I'm saying? Because especially they, you know what I'm saying, the God-generated message trying to do something positive. Because the enemy don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And he always trying to detour you, man. He always trying to stop you. He always trying to get you to think differently than your destiny, man. So, you know, hey, bro, you know, I do the music, man, but my prayer life turned up.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah. Of course, man.
Mm-hmm.
I do too, man. I pray every day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got to, like.
Got to pray for me.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It just amazes me, man, how your music crossed over, like how you can put the message into it and stick with the times, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't get me wrong, man. I like all types of music, man. You know what I'm saying? I interview all people from all types of walk of life. You know what I'm saying? But and like I told you in the beginning, I'm rooted in God too. Like I was raised in the church, and you know what I'm saying. It's always good to hear something like that, man. And you know, I'm always gonna support that.
Yeah, man. And you know, I don't never you know, even though I do my thing, man, anybody will tell you know what I'm saying, especially like a lot of these different artists out here. Like, you know what I'm saying, salute my dog, you know what I'm saying, Hot Rod McFly, you know, my boy Skrill, you know, different folks like that. Man, they'll tell you like, when they're around me, I don't never try to get them to be somebody that they ain't. Like even with my boy Skrill, like Skrill, man, hey, Skrill love God 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like Hot Rod, them boys love God. So, you know, like just because they ain't always crossed over like me, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't go at them on no judgmental. I don't see them in no different light. Like them boys know like, hey man, you can rock with me, man. We're gonna rock out, and you know, man, if you need a word like anything, like they know, hey, Breed gonna give it to me, and they gonna be straight love. It ain't no,
yeah.
It ain't no judgment with that. It ain't no judgment with that.
Yeah.
And you know, so I salute all the different rappers that's doing their thing. I don't never try to distance myself from anybody. You know, salute AP Gutter. He from my hometown. You know, I ain't never met, bro, but I see he out here working.
Yeah. So, you know,
salute him. Kaz Nicole, I see she out here working. Shy Lyric, you know, these different folks I see out here working. You know, my boy Stoney, I got him on the track with me. You know, I see these folks out here trying to do their thing, man. So, man, hey, it's not anytime I pull up on anybody, it's love.
Yeah.
I don't care what your message is.
Like most of the people you name that was sharing your stuff, man, and like it's all love, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I caught wind of, you know what I'm saying? They kept sharing your I was like, man, who is this, man? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? And then I listened to it and I was like, man, you know, I had like, dang. You know,
yeah, man.
It's love though. I see where you coming from, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, and you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't never really, what's the saying? You can never really reach somebody, man, if you appear to be unreachable.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, man, if I went in the hood and I was so saved and I was so this and I was so that, like these folks ain't gonna even got to hear what I got to say because I done try to distinguish myself from them. And it's crazy. How can I distinguish myself or try to make myself better than where I came from? You know what I'm saying? So, man, you got to love, man. Love conquers everything. So, man, I got to love. You know what I'm saying? That's point blank, period. It's the most powerful thing in the earth. You know what I'm saying? So every time I pull up on anybody, man, it's love, man. Dirty K, man, Miss Backwoods, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and her were classmates. So, you know, anytime she doing something, man, if I'm able to pull up on her, she know I'll pull up. Or sometime, man, I might just hit on the inbox, give her an encouraging word or whatever, man, because people need that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's real, man. Yeah, man, that's real, for real.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So when you dropping the tape, man?
Man, I'm looking to drop the tape, man. I ain't got no set date yet, man. I'm in the works of getting some artwork done right now, but man, it's gonna be this summer, man. I'm probably gonna do it probably somewhere around July, man. June, July.
That's what
I just trying to get, you know, really right now, man, we really just in the process of getting seeing who we want to do the DJing on that guy to get the hosted and all that.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
You know, I'm looking for somebody who's strategic. You know what I'm saying? Who's strategic with that because, you know, when you get somebody to host your mixtape, man, one thing I'm learning is you want to get somebody who really network, who got some network, and who really work and who really, you know, touching elbows with these different folks. Whether it's in the industry, in the streets, period. Like,
yeah.
Who can make your music hot in the streets? Who can make your music hot in the avenue you're trying to reach? It ain't even about really, it ain't really even about like the trying to, you know, blow up. I think a lot of times we try to blow up. You know what I'm saying? As artists, we try to blow up. But the thing is, man, if the streets, if your audience gunning for you, if the streets asking for you, the industry gonna ask for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we try to go to the industry first, and we never realize that we got to get our environment, because if your environment crank up, then the industry gonna crank up for you. They gonna come looking for you. If we in the hood, bro, and I open up a barbecue joint and I got the best barbecue in town, man, listen, the biggest rapper when he come in town and he asks for the best barbecue and everybody pointing to me, what do you think he coming to?
You.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's how, you know, it's like people they're like, what happened to him? What happened? They been like 20 years. They still doing shows because they got real hardcore fans, like the street. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
They still getting show money because you right about that. Like, you gotta, you can't just jump to the top. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to build their way up, and you got to get like, you know what I'm saying? It's a process, man.
Yeah, and I'm learning how to. You know, I'm learning how to be, because I ain't gonna flip to you, man. When I first started rapping, I was, you know, talking about this and talking about that, and I want to do this, and you know, like I wanted to jump straight to the top. You know, my whole thing was get to the industry level and going to the A and all this. You know what I'm saying? And really, man, what I'm learning is, man, you stay humble in the process, because while you're being elevated, man, a lot of times God is working your character. He's elevating your character. He's developing you as a person, and you don't want to make it to the top and you're undeveloped. Yeah. Because you ain't gonna last. So, you know, and then with this whole, you know, everybody want to go to the A, whatever. Yes, a lot of opportunity in the A. I love it. I love Atlanta. I love the music culture. But the same thing Atlanta doing up there, Southeast Georgia, Southwest Georgia, you know, to Middle Georgia, we can be doing that too. But the thing is, nobody wants to work with nobody.
Yeah. Why you think that everybody, is, man? Why you think Atlanta can help, you know, so everybody help each other up there, but why you think
because they understand the power of networking. We don't understand the power of networking. You don't got, everybody want to be the head honcho. Everybody want to be in charge. Everybody want to be the best there is. Yeah. Man, it's Atlanta rappers who ain't the best lyrically, but they network is so strong with these other artists that even the artist that's real good lyrically, can make the worst rapper hot.
Yeah.
Simply because they got on the same track. They network with somebody who make the dopest beats in the city. They network with the DJ who's spinning the most songs in the city, who at the biggest club in the city. But it all came from them networking, bro.
But like before I wrap this up, man, like let the people know where they can find you at, follow you at, you know what I'm saying? On social media or whatever, like that.
Man, y'all can find me on social media. My Facebook is Souf Breed. My Instagram is Souf Breed. My what other thing is? My Snapchat is breed.com. I don't even tweet like that. So if you want to find me, also, man, hey, I'm 63 East Main Street every Sunday. Hey, I'm at the church leading worship. Y'all come holler at your boy. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be in the park this Sunday in Statesboro, Blitz Street, Louetta Moore Park. Y'all come holler at me, man. Michael Fennell gonna be there doing it for the community, doing it for the kids, everything free. Y'all come out. Then we got the Connection concert on Dunlap. I think that's the 28th. So, man, listen. Y'all come out, man. Rock with us. Yeah, that's where you can find me at.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, yeah, dog. Hold it down, bro.
All right, man. You too, man.
All right, fam.
All right.
Subscribe now on Anchor FM, iTunes, and Pocket Cast.